Hello and welcome. I'm about to pour a IPA. You're listening to George Frederick Handel, Water Music. Don't know who this particular suite is performed by, this version. One of my favorite classical pieces. Classical music is obviously the foundation for all this music that we listen to today. Arguably, most of the music I listen to came out of folk music and people playing ancient instruments that turned into guitars and such. But the original keyboard instruments like the harpsichord and the organ all were originally reserved for initially the church and the rich, and through time inventions came and passed it to the common man. It's a very sweet ale. IPA, India Pale Ale, my favorite style of beer. I'm gonna break this into two because I have a lot of records to show. It's been some time since I've made a video, actually. I got a new job. I work at a grocery store now. I used to work as an Amazon delivery driver. I'll turn that down just a bit. But now I'm at the grocery store, and yeah. First off, we got Bakerloo. Heavy blues rock album. It's one of those albums that it's a really underground sound. Good production, good sound, really, especially on this Akarma Records. Heavy textured gatefold. I would show the gatefold, but a lot of these have this annoying thing, and I'm trying to flip through this. I'll show a couple. Next up, we got El Balletto de Bronzo, Bronze Ballet, I believe. It's a translation in English. These guys are really skinny, but something happened to this guy's arm in this photo because it looks like a piece of tube rubber or something. But I'll show the gatefold on this one because it's a book. I've been really, my roots of music, go back to Pink Floyd, which I'll talk about that in the Doors. I started getting into prog music, and I first heard PFM, the album that's pink, and that opened my eyes to like Spanish and Italian. Oh God, I might have damaged this album. Hopefully not. That's alright. Yeah. So I really like any type of foreign, Latin language, Italian, Spanish, music from all over different types, Portugal, Argentina, all types of places. Speaking of which, here's something from Spain in 1972, I think. This is a recent reissue of expensive album if you want an original. Really cool psychedelic underground, a lot of wah pedal tones. Really inventive guitar playing, Spanish classical style on a hard rock guitar. It really works well. That's where a lot of my electric guitar style comes from, is Spanish guitar. Those guys too. Here's one from Australia on Magic Box Records. This is a really, really enjoyable album. Not just super hard rock and, confusing, you know, whatever downer trip, but really good organ, and just some of it's, you know, has that upbeat feel while at the same time giving you a psychedelic 70s trip. So I really recommend this album. Piranha, first album from I think it's 1970 or 71 in Australia. Here's one I picked up a while back, Eerie Apparent, produced by Jimi Hendrix on my favorite bootleg label, the Karma label. It's my favorite label. Fantastic guitar here. Jimi Hendrix even played on this. And the last one I'll show for this video, because I gotta break it up because there's just too many to show. I'll do part 2. Dark around the edges. This is an unofficial repress on a Karma. So they signed a deal where they would press 500 copies of this album on sort of a splattery color that was like kind of these colors but splurled up in like a tie-dye pattern vinyl, and that's what they had the contract for. But a Karma supposedly, or didn't supposedly, they have evidence of this, and I have evidence in my hands of a repress that was unagreed by the band. This is a black vinyl which was never agreed to be pressed by the band, so kind of shady stuff, but I still love the label, a Karma, for what they've done to bring me some of my favorite albums at a lower price. And they just need to work on their management a little bit better. I hope they don't go out of business. I hope they pay the bands their dues, which probably won't happen, but I hope it does. And people in bands need to take better care of their own, you know, stuff. It's hard to get your stuff on labels and stuff, but you gotta do the best you can with managing your deals and stuff. So here's cheers for part 1. See ya.